Bradley Cohen. But when I was a kid, people called me by lots of names. My brother Jeff called me Dr. Bobo. My mom called me Honey. And the kids at school, well, they called me everything, from spaz to freak. I didn't have many friends, actually, but I did have a constant companion.
Brad has some serious denial issues regarding the divorce. What he needs at home are some clear boundaries. He needs to understand that this behavior is totally unacceptable, and that, Mrs. Cohen, is your job.
The hardest part was knowing how tough I made things for Mom. I tried as best as I could for her.
Make sure he keeps taking his medication, yeah?
I've been seeing somebody.
What do you mean, seeing somebody?
Her name is Diane, and she... Brad, please, stop doing that.
Can't.
I mean, nothing's happened yet, but how do you guys feel about having a stepmom?
No way. We've already got him all.
Well, now you're gonna have two. Talk to your mom about it. She's fine with it. She said, I said, stop it! Stop it!
You see, I couldn't really blame Dad for losing it. My tics drove him nuts because, like my teachers, he had no name for my strange behavior.
I want you to read something in this book I found. It's a medical book that might explain why you make all those noises.
I hate reading, Mom.
Read.
Tourette's syndrome.
That's Brad, isn't it? The noises and the twitches.
I'll still need to do more tests, but you could be right. We may have been headed down the wrong road here.
So at last, my constant companion had a name.
See, there's a reason, Dad. Drop. I'm not being weird on purpose.
Listen, Brad.
All right, well, that's all I wanted to say. Bye.
Hello, this is Brad. A dog. Yes, ma'am, that's my dog. Okay. Yes. Yes, I can be there at 11 a.m. My very first interview. Needless to say, my constant companion was more than a little enthusiastic.
Weeks, and I'll give you a call.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Take care.
Nope. Well, strike one. When I was little, Mom never stopped researching. Because while there was no cure, there might be ways to live a normal life. I'd never seen anyone with Tourette's before. There were eye blinkers and nose twitchers, foot stompers and neck jerkers. Some of them yelped and coughed. Is this what I looked like to other people?
What? Come on, Bobo. We're here to learn. Start learning.
The Americans with Disabilities Act gives us the right to do anything or go any place that we want to. Try going to a movie, or a concert, or a restaurant. That law doesn't mean anything when people are yelling at you to shut up.
I come home and my parents close the windows and blinds because they don't want the neighbors to see me
No one was even trying to be accepted. The adults were out of work. The kids stayed at home. I knew one thing. I didn't want to be like them.
It's supposed to be a support group. Where's the support? Just hide away for the rest of your life? I'm really so sorry that I brought you there, honey. Let's just forget this.
I don't want to forget this, Mom. These people let Tourette's win. I'm never gonna do that.
It's difficult to imagine that at the age of 12, I would find a genuine philosophy to live by. But here it was, this defining moment.
What do you think a school's for, Brad?
What? Drop! Sorry, I keep disrupting the
You're
class.
not answering my question. What's a school for? To educate, isn't it?
What? God!
To use knowledge to wipe out ignorance. School's orchestra's having a concert this afternoon. You planning on going?
No, sir. My tics will ruin the music.
I want you to be there. Everybody just keep your seats for a minute, please. Thank you. You enjoy the concert? Great job. Did you hear any noises during the quiet parts?
What? God!
Yeah, so did I. They're pretty annoying, aren't they? The person making those noises is Brad Cohen. Come on up here, Brad.
What? What?
Do you like making noises and upsetting people, Brad?
No, sir.
Then why do you do it?
Because I have Tourette's syndrome. Rob,
What's that?
it's a thing in my brain that causes me to make weird noises.
But you could control it if you wanted to, right?
No, sir. It's a sickness.
Well, why can't you just get cured?
There isn't any cure. I don't like making noises any more than you like hearing them. They're even worse when I get stressed, when you don't accept that I can't stop them. But when I feel accepted, then they're not so bad.
What can we do? And I mean everyone in this school. What can we do to help you, Brad?
I just want to be treated like everybody else.
Good job. Listen up.
Drop, drop. Drop, drop. Drop, drop. What?
A few words, a little education, and it was like opening a door to a brand new world.
Well, it was the worst interview I've ever had. All he could see when he looked at me was my Tourette's.
It sounds like you're letting Tourette's win.
I am not letting Tourette's win.
Really?
Yes, really. Look, I'm never gonna give up. I have to find the right school.
You will, Bobo. You will.
So I decided it wasn't Tourette's. I just hadn't found the right school yet. I'd keep barking, and I wasn't quitting until I found that principal. I made a map of every school where I hadn't interviewed. Stop until I had one.
You must be Brad Cohen. Hi. Jim Obi, I'm the principal around here. And...
Hillary Straka, assistant principal.
Hi.
Come on in the office, Brad. I hear you've been making the rounds.
25 schools so far. And here's my resume.
Oh, here.
Oh.
We can look at that in a minute, Brad. Just come on in and tell us why you want to be a teacher.
Okay. Well, it's it's all I ever wanted to be. Ever since I was in school.
You must have had some pretty inspiring teachers.
Well, I had an inspiring principal, Mr. Meyer. But my teachers, they really only inspired me to be the kind of teachers that they never were.
What kind of teacher is that?
One who makes it possible for a kid to learn, even if he's different.
I hope this question isn't too personal, Brad. Do you make those noises in your sleep?
I don't know. I'm asleep. No, I don't tick in my sleep. When I'm relaxed, the noises give me a little bit of a break. Like just now. We talked for nearly 2 hours. It was the best interview I had ever had.
Hillary and I discussed you with the teachers. And we talked about how proud we are of teaching our kids to never let anything hold them back in life. And Hillary said if we're going to talk the talk, we need to walk the walk. She's waiting to show you your classroom. Welcome.
And it's okay to ask me anything about Tourette's. Yes.
Can you go to movies?
Yes. I can go to movies, but sometimes I get kicked out, and that makes me sad.
What's the bunny's name?
Waffle.
Whoa, Waffle? His name is just Waffle.
All right, guys. Any more questions about Tourette's?
Are they ever going to make you well, Mr. Cohen?
Well, right now, there is no medicine that can cure Tourette's. But it's okay, because I've learned to accept it, and I don't let it run my life. Except there is one thing that Mr. Cohen can never do.
What?
No, I can't.
What is it?
No, I just can't.
Yeah, tell us. Tell us. Yeah, tell us.
Mr. Cohen can never play hide and go seek.
Why can't you play hide and seek? Because they hear him, stupid.
Well, that's the right answer, but it's the wrong words because there won't be any name calling in Mr. Cohen's class. Excuse me, where are you going?
Bathroom.
And what's your name?
Thomas.
Okay, well, Thomas, if you want to leave your seat, you have to ask for permission.
Weirdo.
You can't read it if you don't open it, Thomas.
I hate reading.
So do I.
You do?
Yeah, reading's really hard for me.
It's not hard for you. You're a teacher.
You want to bet? Let's play a game. You be Mr. Cohen, trying to read, and I will be Tourette syndrome, okay? Read this page.
Once upon a time.
Keep reading.
Upon a time there was a... That itches.
Does it itch a little bit? All right, keep reading.
There was a...
Hey, Thomas! All right, that's hard, isn't it? It's hard to concentrate. That's how hard reading is for me. It's not that hard for you, is it?
No, it's easy for me, but how can you be a teacher if you hate books?
Hate books? I don't hate books. Everything in the world is in books. I just have to work extra hard to get it out. I'm not gonna give up on you, buddy. Okay? And I'm not gonna let you give up on yourself. Now keep reading right here.
Once upon a time there was a...
Very good. Who can use the word weird in a sentence?
25, 30, 35, 40, 40, the girl in the pigtails, 50, Galen.
I like winter movies. Sorry, Mr. Cohen. I know you can't go to them because you get thrown out at the movie theater.
Well, that's okay, Galen. Boom, because I can rent movies, and I also like weird movies. I've always been an embarrassment to you. I have, haven't I? Even when you used to come visit me, you used to squirm when all those eyeballs would click my way. You've never been able to accept it.
You're right. It is tough being with you sometimes. I hate it when we go to restaurants and people give you those looks. Sometimes I want to just... I just feel so helpless. You know, I've always been a guy who could fix things. But the one thing I could never fix was the one thing that was hurting you most.
It doesn't need fixing. Nobody can fix it.
I know. I know. But maybe it's my fault. Maybe I gave it to you.
Dad, what are you doing here?
Said you needed bookshelves, didn't you?
Your father's built us new bookshelves for the library.
Things are a little slow at the office.
This way, gentlemen.
Oh, and I got you something for your collection.
Put it on, Mr. Cohen.
hard hat for an extremely hard head.
Hey, class, that's my dad.
Brad, can you come over here a minute, please? Hillary's got an announcement to make.
Some of you may have noticed an observer hanging around school the last few weeks. Well, he was here to assess one of our teachers, Mr. Cohen. And I'm here to announce that our very own Brad Cohen has been chosen from amongst all the new educators in the state of Georgia to be Sallie Mae's first-year Teacher of the Year.
As I looked at my students, I felt like a kid inside, because children look at life differently than most adults. They see the world and say, I will, not I can't. And so did I.
Come on, Bobo, you can get through this.
The noise you just heard is the Tourette syndrome I've been living with since I was 6 years old. But I also owe it to the toughest and most dedicated teacher I have ever had, my constant companion, my Tourette's. Now, some of you may think that's pretty weird to thank a disability. And calling it a great teacher, that's really weird. I mean, what could I possibly learn from a disability? Yes, Galen.
You learn to keep going.
Eli?
You learn not to let it stop you.
Yes, Thomas.
You learn not to let it win.
That's right. Coping with my Tourette's has taught me the most valuable lesson that anyone could ever learn. And that is to never let anything stop you from chasing your dream. Coping with my Tourette's has taught me the most valuable lesson that... Yes, Thomas.
Can you bring that award to show and tell on Monday?
You bet.